saddle up. This one, we're going to get real. And it might be a little kick in the pants for some of you, but it's going to help you get your manifestation. Hello, my fellow flawless, limitless, sexy, sassy, saucy HBICs. How are you on this lovely morning, afternoon, or evening? How are you all? I hope you are all choosing to be the versions of self that have exactly what it is that you're manifesting. I hope that's what you're doing. I hope it is. I'm choosing that it is for you. I'm choosing. However, let me just quickly say, if you would like to, connect with me in some way or form, in any way, shape, or form, all of that information is in the Dropbox below, okay? All that info, Dropbox below. This video is actually inspired by a really lengthy comment that I received. And this comment was kind of calling shit out. This comment was laying it out and being tough. And although they said, I don't mean to be rude, I didn't take it as being rude. I took it as keeping it friggin' real, and I'm about to do so with you, okay? So we're going to read it. We're going to read that comment. Didn't catch the live chat, but I have some questions. Why am I seeing the same people in every live or video with live chat complaining and identifying with their old selves and then wondering why they don't get what they want? I'm not trying to be rude. More than that, I was the same. Over-consuming videos and not applying shit. Or just for some moments. You are doing nothing if you come and say for the millionth time that you need motivation. Don't rely on motivation because you don't need that. It's easy when you're motivated. Focus on discipline instead. Y'all hear Kim saying every day that she chose new self no matter what and was authentic with herself. That in no world means that she said that she's a hot mess expression. She needs motivation. No, she just did it. Some people can't see this. It's, I think, the most invisible mistake that many of us make that needs to stop. And when I say stop, I mean this like no matter what you are doing. Put that phone down and take some minutes and get in the state. It'll become easier and easier. I have my SP and money, or what I was manifesting, and I know what I'm saying. It may sound rude, but some people need that. Love you, Kim, for all this great explanation and how much effort and dedication you put every day to help people. I like you. Also, when anyone has a success story, y'all come and ask 100 questions about that, like asking for some magic formula. No, it's literally in the video. It's literally applying what y'all hear. That's it. And it's not manifesting. Also, if you come in the live chat and just spam with your ideal life waiting for validation, don't say now that you don't want validation. That's the only reason you'd put tons of sentences that you have your desired life waiting for someone congratulating you. You're not even convinced of that. You want others by responding to you to convince you. And you can see this if something little happens in your 3D and you get triggered as fuck. I've seen some of y'all do this. Again, sorry if it's rude. If y'all see this as rude, but this helps, Kim's videos help. She's literally the best manifestation coach ever because of how she can respond to every question and really understand every circumstance and then help others. It's the idea of cutting everything that's not favorable and do things in silence. Analyze all in your head. That's what brings success. It's okay if you don't want to admit to others, but be honest with yourself if it'll improve your life. It won't affect others that you don't want to be authentic with yourself. Only you. I don't know who you are. I don't recognize the username. Maybe you don't leave a lot of comments. And if you do, I haven't seen them. I do apologize. But can I just say, I felt that. I felt that comment. I felt it because I agree with you. Now, this person I know wasn't attacking anyone specifically. Wasn't attacking anyone for having a bad day. This person who wrote, whoever this was, you and I need to be friends, number one. Number two, this person is saying what you know deep inside you've already been thinking yourself. There are some of us in this community. And again, this isn't about judgment on anyone having a spiral, having a bad day. This isn't anyone getting called out because they come into the live stream chats or they leave comments. What this person is saying is true. Some of us need consistent 3D validation consistently. And some of us are consistently reacting and responding to the same exact circumstance over and over and over again. Now, I know because I was that person. And it sounds like this person was that person at some point too. And it's why they can see right through it and why I can too. It's why I can relate to your circumstances. It's why I can hear things in the questions. And again, I love the live streams. I do it because I want the interaction. It's fun to me. I love building relationship with all of you guys. I do. So this isn't about, something with the questions. I'm not sure. I'm just saying I'm here because I want to help. Okay. So this isn't about anybody coming to ask me questions. This is be authentic with yourself. Are you applying what you're picking up in videos? Or are you applying it when you're having a good day? When you're in the mood? When you're getting movement? When something's looking good in your 3D? Also, this is not about perfection. This comment mentioned nothing about perfection. This comment was calling shit out. And sometimes we need to hear that. If you know that you are consistently reacting and responding to the same exact circumstance in your 3D, what are you doing? You're upset that it hasn't changed yet. You're upset that this thing is still happening. I'm going to make up an example. Let's say your specific person, I don't know, is acting the same exact way in the 3D. Or maybe you've had a good day here and there with your specific person, but maybe they've been kind of a twat in the past. And lately they're having some twatness. And they're reminding you of all their twatness from the past. So every time they say anything that remotely reminds you of some not so favorable moments, you're reacting again and responding again. If we want something to change, then you got to change. But if you're still reacting and responding to the same damn thing over and over and over, and I get it, react, respond. To some of us, we get really literal about the definitions. I'm talking about if you're losing your shit, okay? I guess that's reacting, right? If you're losing it and then questioning manifestation and then questioning what the hell, I've been on this journey for such and such time, SP still showing up this way, 3D doesn't look like it's changing, I'm just frustrated. Are you like this all the time? Are you changing? Are you new self? Because 3D is going to keep looking the damn same if you're going to keep showing up the same and reacting and responding the same. We'll say reacting, right? I got to stop saying responding. But that's keeping it real. And again, this is not attacking anybody. This person made this clear. This isn't about, oh, your thing hasn't manifested yet, so you're a bad manifester. No. This has got nothing to do with wherever you are on your journey or however long you've been manifesting. That's not what's being pointed out here. What's being pointed out is being attached to the 3D and losing it consistently and then questioning where the manifestation is. That's a bunch of shit. And you know it. And for some of you, that just zapped you. That just, you know it did. And this person isn't wrong. There is a handful that continuously show up and complain. Complain. If your complaint is about literally the same thing, you aren't changing. You're not changing. If you're responding to your 3D or reacting to your 3D over and over and over again, over the same type of circumstance, then you are still perceiving that circumstance the same. So you haven't changed. You're still believing in that circumstance. And again, I feel like I got to keep saying it. It's not about being perfect. We're all going to have our moments in the 3D. That's not what this person was saying either. This person wasn't saying, oh, you're reacting, you're a failure. No. This person is saying, guys, it's a pattern. I see the same names with the same complaint. What is changing? Because if you were really changing, if you were really even somewhere near the ballpark of your new self, you wouldn't make those comments. You wouldn't be reacting the same. You gotta be honest with yourself. There's plenty of people out there who have labeled manifestation as failed or it doesn't work. There's plenty of them. And we know what's going on with them. They never applied. They never fully applied. They applied until they got to a point where they were frustrated or they gave up and deemed their manifestation a failure. So over and all, they gave up and they didn't change self. And they can sing and dance all day long and claim they did. They didn't. Period. Because this does work. This does work. If you sincerely apply what is being delivered in my videos, I can't talk for every single coach, but if the coach that you're watching outside of me is talking a similar message, listen to him because it's going to work. If you apply what's in my videos, like I said, it'll work. Your 3D will change. How you perceive your reality will change, and you most definitely will change. And more than likely, that's what you're going to notice first, is how different you feel. And by different, right, I mean a noticeable, probably feeling better, a confidence, a knowing this is going to happen will more than likely become a part of your existence if you're really applying. But I know some of us out here, and don't get me wrong, there is nothing wrong with making friendships within this community. I love my HBIC community. I love that we have each other's backs and we're there to pick each other up when we're down. But there comes to a point if you know that it's constantly you, if it's constantly you that is upset about the same fucking thing, you gotta be authentic to yourself. And just like this person wrote, you don't have to tell us. You ain't gotta leave that comment that you're being real with yourself and you really are not believing. That's okay, but you gotta be real with yourself. Manifestation is very real. It very much works. And you could be living your best life if you would stop reacting to your 3D over and over and over again. Notice I didn't say never. I said to the same circumstance over and over and over. You should be able to clearly see that if the same exact circumstance is in your face and you are having the same exact reaction to it, what's the common denominator if you are the God of your reality? The common denominator is, it's you. And I say it from love. I never want anyone to feel judged or down. I want you all to feel good. I do. I know what it feels like to feel the opposite. I know what it feels like to doubt manifestation, but I also know what it feels like to be the one consuming content from all over the fucking place and then not applying it. And then having the audacity to ask, why is nothing changing? Or why isn't it getting better? Why isn't SP changing? That was me. I know you're doing it because I was too. Consuming and then not applying. I'm not saying perfection is required to manifest. I'm not saying you have to believe and trust and have full faith in manifestation in order to manifest. I'm saying you got to apply it to experience the change in your reality. You've got to apply it by whatever technique feels good to you. No one is saying you've got to do it this one way. We're just saying it's time to apply. You watching every single video out there or going on multiple social media platforms and checking out all their content on manifestation. And then as soon as your phone's off, you're back to perceiving reality literally, logically, judging it, and being your old self. That's got to go. If you want reality to change, if you want something to be different, you've got to be the change. That's how this works. So again, I think this commenter, and I know for myself, this message does come from love. But this message is keeping it real. Watching all the videos isn't going to manifest for you. You deciding to be your new self or embody the state of having the desire will. But you got to be the change. Okay? Oh, and before I go, I cannot stress, I am not talking to people who are just occasionally having a normal human moment. I'm talking about the people, and I'm pointing my finger at the people who know they're not applying anything or only applying when they're having a good day. That's who the message is for. This is never about perfection. I've said it multiple times in this video. This is never about a perfection. Being new self, being the change, simply means the you that no longer has those limiting beliefs. It's freeing yourself as you are seeing yourself as new self. It's freedom, limitlessness. It's not about looking at your current self and thinking you're a bag of shit, right? We don't do that here. That's blaming and shaming. We don't do that. But if we want a particular change in our reality and our current self has the beliefs that manifested this, and we want change, then we've got to decide we don't have those beliefs anymore. And thank God for knowing that because of who we are, pure unadulterated consciousness, you just need to make a choice, a new decision. Say goodbye to your former state. Say hello to the new one. Doesn't mean a long-winded journey. Doesn't have to be. Just saying. So on that note, see you tomorrow.